ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीं यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततन्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। Verse 47 कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूः मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि. So we have initiated the discussion of Karma Yoga, which is the second topic of Bhagavad Gita. There are two topics in Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Vidya and Yoga Shastra. Brahma Vidya is meant for gaining moksha. Yoga Shastra is meant to purify the mind, which is called samskaranam of the mind. Samskaranam means purification. Because basically mind is a seat of gaining knowledge, and so in order to make it competent, qualified for gaining knowledge, we have to do this samskaran or purification of the mind. I mean, basically one should be free from the hold of likes and dislikes, and for that the Karma Yoga is a means. Then what is Karma Yoga? So we have started discussion after verse 30 actually, but initial verses all was praising Karma Yoga. The real discussion regarding Karma Yoga starts from this verse 47. What the verse says is, Te adhikaraha, you have a choice. Te means tava. So you have a choice. And see, the sixth case you can translate like this. Tava means of you. But instead you can write like this, you have. You have. So, adhikara, a choice of you. So it is not proper to translate like this. So you have a choice. So where you have, whenever you find in English you have, etc., he has, everything, you have to translate in Sanskritam as in a sixth case. So this is what we have to understand. So te adhikara, you have a choice. In which? In what I have a choice? Karmani eva. This is a Saptami, Vishaya Saptami. Karmani eva. Karma Vishaya eva. With regards to karma alone, you have a choice over action alone. Eva. Alone. Ma kadachana phaleshu. You don't have a choice. We have to add this much. You don't have a choice over the results. You have no choice over the results. Ma bhuhu karma phala hetuhu. May you not be motivated by the results of action. Mate assu. May you not have what? Sangaha, an inclination, akarmani, towards inaction. So, you have basically a choice over action alone. You don't have a choice over results. You may you not be motivated by the results of action, and may you not have an inclination towards inaction. This is what verse says. Very important verse, very often quoted left and right. This verse is quoted all the time. Anywhere they will quote. Even there is no karma yoga, but they quote this verse all the time. Anyway, so which gives the principles of karma yoga. I mean, it is revealing certain facts regarding action and result of an action. That's all, for both. So it's so many facts we have. Water boils at 100 degrees centigrade, water freezes at 0 degrees centigrade, whatever. So, and we have a law of gravitation. That's also a fact. There are several facts in this creation. This is also a fact. Certain fact about action and result of an action is revealed here. So, Karma Yoga, wisdom behind the Karma Yoga is given here. What attitude and what understanding a Karma Yogi has with regard to action and results is revealed here. So, because in Karma Yoga, most important are two things, ultimately. As such also, without Karma Yoga, two things are very important in life. One is action and one is the result of an action. So, we act in the world, karma is important, and whatever karma we do, it is going to produce some result also. And so, karma phala is also important. In fact, our action is important because we have the importance of karma phala. And I should have so far as karma yoga is concerned, I should have a healthy attitude behind both. And therefore, I should have, in order to develop a healthy attitude, I should have a proper understanding of karma and karma phala. A proper understanding means I should have I should have a certain facts in my mind regarding karma and karma phala. And if definitely without understanding of karma and karma phala, one will not have a healthy attitude towards karma and karma phala. In fact, no attitude. Why healthy? If you don't understand anything, you can't develop attitude. So therefore, definitely you should understand first, and then definitely attitude will be developed later. Like suppose I introduce a person, and ask you what is your attitude towards this person. He says, Swamiji, how can I tell? Because he's a new person. I don't understand a person. And therefore I cannot tell you whether he is good or bad. I mean, you cannot decide regarding his attitude towards a person. And when you start, moving around with the person, and then definitely you understand a person, and then you will say that you may understand a person like that he is a person of a moral or ethics or etc. etc. And then definitely a certain attitude also develops towards the person. And that attitude of respect that is developed towards the person. So you should have a understanding. And suppose you move with a person and then you find this person has no ethics in his life. He is a very dishonest person. He is a cheat, etc. etc. Then also you will develop an attitude. That's an attitude of disrespect. So definitely a attitude towards any person develops, good or bad attitude, when you understand a person. And same way here, once I understand what is karma phala, then I will have a proper attitude towards karma and karma phala, which is called karma yoga. A healthy attitude towards karma and karma phala, developed by the understanding of what is karma, what is karma phala, certain facts regarding karma and karma phala. Once I understand, I will develop a healthy attitude towards karma and karma phala, which is called karma yoga. And that is why, Puja Swamiji always says, without a cognitive change, well, an attitudinal change, this is what word I am using, attitudinal change, well, is impossible. So in life, basically, what primarily matters is attitudinal change, and for that, well, first, the foundation will be a cognitive change. And by cognitive change, we should understand, Puja Swamiji used this word very often, cognitive change. And by cognitive change, we should understand that in our understanding of the thing, it is nothing but a change in our understanding of a thing. Cognitive change means a change in our understanding of a thing. Like a cognitive change regarding self is what? A change in our understanding of the self. Cognitive change regarding the world means what? A change in our understanding regarding the world. And so, here also a cognitive change has to be brought about regarding karma and karma phala. And then based on that, well, that becomes a foundation, and definitely will develop a certain attitude also towards karma and karma phala, which is called karma yoga. So two important principles are told here regarding karma and karma phala. For a proper understanding, two important principles are told. One principle Bhagavan says regarding karma, other principle regarding karma phala. So what is regarding karma, what Bhagavan says here, so that I can have a later I can have a proper attitude towards karma. Bhagavan says, I am telling you this fact regarding karma. What? Te karmani adhikaraha asti. Asti we can add to make the sentence complete. Te, hey Arjuna, te karmani adhikaraha asti. Te means you have. Te means tava. That is a sixth case. Te can be used in sixth case. Te is there in the fourth case. Te is there in the second case. Second, fourth and sixth case has optional forms. Te, te, te. Anyway, te karmani adhikara asti means you understand that as a human being, you have a free will. Adhikara means a free will. Or you have choice, you can say. That is correct. That's a fact. I can do an action, I can postpone an action, I can do it differently. All this is choice. So adhikara means a choice, and it indicates a free will. Human being has a free will, that is a fact. And so Bhagavan is revealing one principle behind the action, and one revealing a fact regarding the action. That this is, you have a adhikara, you have a free will regarding action, you have a choice regarding action. And in the case of animals, of course, they don't have that kind of a choice. They lead a very instinctive life, they have programmed life. And they can't have a goal also. That's how they don't have a goal, and they can't work towards the goal because they don't have a goal itself. So this means and business is only with the human being. They don't have that kind of a thing. No, but Swamiji, they also go in search of food, and that becomes an end, and they move around in search of the food, that is a means. Well, that is not. Actually, they are programmed. They don't have that kind of a goal and they means etc. We cannot talk about it because basically they don't have a choice. And so, if you interview a dog, suppose that what are your future plans? Do you want to be a football player, or do you want to be a cricketer, or do you want to be a cine star, or what? He will bark twice. Dog will bark twice, that in order to tell us that I don't have a future plan and I don't have any present plan also. So twice he barks. That he wants to convey he doesn't have any plan, no goals. And that is how they are still at the same position where they were before 1,000 years. 1,000 years the dog was also like that. And right now also they are like that. No change. I have found that they have added one new item in their food, and that is tomatoes. In Ahmedabad, wherever that shop, I mean that that cart wala comes, with the vegetables, they attack on the tomatoes for some reason, I don't know. That's everywhere we find now. So they might have developed some taste. So regarding whatever the list of items they have for eating, now tomato also should be added into them. What I mean is there is no improvement in their life because there is no goal, and so therefore means are also not there. So it can't have a goal, it can't have any judgment regarding itself. We can talk a lot, but this is how we know very well. So it can't work consistently for that goal also, and that is what the animal life is. So karmani tava adhikara, hey Arjuna, oh human being, oh Arjuna, you have a free will or you have a choice regarding karma. That's a fact. That's a one principle. And so human being alone has the power to learn from experiences, and he can accordingly project and have appropriate goals and appropriate means in order to achieve that. So these are all because of human being has a free will, adhikar. So Bhagavan says this te adhikara. Well, certainly you have a choice with regard to action that you want to do. Whether it is and both. Karma means here and both kind of karma we will have to say. Laukik karma, Vedic karma, secular or sacred, both kind of karmas we will have to include. Tava adhikara asti. That means you should be, and when adhikara is there, you have free will, you have a choice, and means it's a freedom. And where there is a freedom, there is a responsibility. And therefore, basically, you should be responsible person. That all is implied. Bhagavan need not tell, but it is implied. So you should be responsible person to use the choice judiciously. So that is required. So just as the politicians all the time say that you have got the power to vote. So you have the power and so use it properly. Means first you exercise your choice of voting. That's the first thing. And exercise the choice properly also. Both the things are there. Exercise the choice and exercise the choice properly, because that's a responsibility. So both the things are there. Where there is a freedom, that's a second thing which is implied is that we have to exercise the choice properly. And that is what the Kaushalam means. If you remember, I had given you the two definitions of Karma Yoga. One is Yogaha Karmasu Kaushalam. So Karmasu Kaushalam Yogaha Asti. That's the one definition. That is what it means here. Kaushalam means you exercise a choice in keeping with the universal order. That's what it means. But then why should I'm not obliged to exercise my freedom. I am not obliged. Sir, you are obliging yourself. By keeping yourself in keeping with the dharma, etc., in harmony with the universal order, you are obliging yourself. You are not obliging to the creation. People always feel that by, if they follow dharma, as if they are doing an obligation to the society or to the universe. They feel so. And whenever they follow dharma, like they say truth, then they say that they are speaking truth, as if they are obliging to the society, obliging to the family, or obliging to other person. No one obliges to anybody. In a karma, if you exercise a choice and properly, and that's a responsibility, of course, but then you are doing it for your own sake. All the time I have seen the dharmic people, always they become a burden to you. By following dharma, as if they feel that they are really obliging you, and you should acknowledge that. That's a very dangerous thing. You are following dharma for your own sake, not for, because you are rubbing against the universal order. You will be rubbed. And definitely your life will be rubbed. And so if you want to enjoy your life, better be in harmony with the universe. It's a simple principle. Better be in harmony with the universe in order to enjoy the life. Where there is a harmony, there is joy. Where there is disharmony, there is sorrow. Yeah, there is friction, there is sorrow. And human heart doesn't want disharmony at all. So then better follow dharma. Be in harmony with the universe. The entire universe is in harmony. And so you also should be in harmony. And whole universe, no component should be told that you should be in harmony. Everyone is by default. Everyone is programmed to be in the harmony with the universe. Human being has a choice. And that's how we are telling you, you exercise your choice properly. Behave responsibly. And be in the harmony with the universal order. And if you remain in the harmony with the universal order, you will be able to enjoy. Your mind will have less conflicts. And you will be able to enjoy. You will have a nice sleep. You will have a nice sleep. Yeah, without any sleeping pills. People have everything but no sleep. People have lots of wealth and everything but no sleep. They can't sleep. They need a lot of efforts to sleep. In fact, they have to undergo medication also for. Anyway, what I want to convey is karmani adhikara indicates there is a choice and therefore responsibility, and so we have to exercise the choice with proper choice should be there. Phaleshu kadachana ma adhikara. Phaleshu kadachana. Kadachana means phaleshu ma kadachana together becomes never. Ma kadachana. Ma means negation. Ma kadachana, never. Ma phaleshu kadachana adhikara. With respect to karma phala, you don't have a choice. So you should know what is having a choice and what is choiceless. This is another principle Bhagavan told regarding result of an action, that you don't have a choice. So far the result of action is concerned, it is choiceless for you. What we should understand what is meant by this choiceless later. But that principle is revealed in the first line of the verse. Karmani adhikaraha phaleshu ma kadacha. Two principles have been told regarding karma and karma phala. A fact has revealed with regard to result of an action, you have no choice. You are choiceless. So when you are having a choice, so you will intelligently operate that, and with respect to choiceless situation, intelligently you accept it. That's what Bhagavan wants to convey. If there is a choiceless, understand that you have a choiceless situation regarding result of an action, and so intelligently accept it. And wherever you have a choice regarding action, etc., intelligently you operate it also. Exercise properly. So both the things require. So karma yoga is basically buddhi yoga. That's how Bhagavan says. Buddhi yoga. In the verse 30 itself, Bhagavan told. Buddhi yoga means definitely attitude, but this is how it is. And when attitude comes, definitely it's all we have to do it intelligently. And then to accept even a choiceless situation, whatever preparation is required, that also you should have. We'll see that few things. So you will do that preparation so that you can accept a result of an action which is choiceless. You can accept it intelligently. And with regard to definitely where there is a choice, means action, etc., you should not blindly accept lying down. Choice, because don't say that I won't. I will choose it without any much exercise. You should choose properly. Adhikara indicates both choice plus responsibility. That is what it is. Where there is a right, you will have to think. Where there is a right, wherever there is a right, there is a responsibility. In terms of duty, we generally call it duty. We don't go into that, but adhikara is translated even by some acharyas as a right. You have a right towards action. Okay, no problem. But then definitely it implies that you have duty too. And your duty is to remain in keeping with the dharma. You should keep your choice in keeping with the dharma. So that way also you can say. Duty means dharma. So anyway, choice is privilege. So therefore definitely you should not forego that privilege which Bhagavan has given. And where a privilege is not there, accept it because it's a choiceless. So karma vishaya adhikaraha. Karmani means karma vishaya. I have told you it's a vishaya saptami. with regards to karma, you have adhikara, karma phal vishaye na adhikara. So use your fullest choice before you take course of an action. Do not blindly jump into any action, but at the same time be intelligent enough and strong enough to accept the result of an action, because it is choiceless. That's what Bhagavan wants to convey. Now here we have to understand, this verse has created a lot of problems also in understanding. So we have to understand certain points regarding which is even a byproduct of this of this verse. So we have to understand this important point with respect to result. When Bhagavan says you have no choice, we will have to modify. Here what Krishna means, if you don't have a total choice. Yeah. You don't have a choice means you don't have a total choice. We have to take it that way with respect to the result. He does not say you have a zero choice. Yeah. You are a contributing factor in the result of an action, but you are not a deciding factor in the result of an action. That's all. That is what we have to understand. So, you are one of the contributory factors with respect to a result of an action, like tilling the land and sowing the seed, and these are all contributory factors and to produce the crop. There is a general Acharya gives this example, and you even put the fertilizers, everything. They are all contributing factors. You do everything, but you will get. I must get a crop. You cannot tell. You cannot decide that. That's all it means. You are all. This is all contributing factor. You sow the seeds. You put the fertilizer. You give water, but you cannot decide that I will definitely get a big crop of the results. Why? Why? Because there are so many factors between karma and karma phala. So many factors are there. And those infinite factors a jiva cannot understand because of the limitation of power, limitation of knowledge, and therefore definitely rain may be more, or there may be a drought or something, and therefore you may not be able to get the crop as you want it. But don't think that when I am saying you that you don't have a choice regarding result of an action, don't think you are totally choiceless. You are a responsible factor, a contributing factor, even in a result of an action also, but you are not a deciding factor in the result of an action. That's all we have to understand. So this is what we have to understand, and this all the things which we do, they are contributory factors. So I don't say you don't determine. Bhagavan says I only say that you cannot determine totally. This is how we have to understand this. So you partially determine the result. I will give you some examples so you will understand. So the ultimate is not totally in your hand. That's what Bhagavan wants to convey so far as the result of an action is concerned. So don't be totally pessimistic. Don't be totally optimistic, but be rational with regards to result of an action. With regards to karma, I have nothing to tell you. You should be rational. I have already told you, intelligently you choose. But with regard to result of an action also, don't be so pessimistic. Ultimately, I am helpless. I don't know what result will come. Don't be pessimistic. Don't be too optimistic. Yeah, I have done it and the result is going to come like this. You cannot decide also. So this is what it wants to convey. Now I will give you a few examples. You can understand that. Like suppose this is just an example. Don't think too much. Don't do here lakshana, etc. Lakshartha you don't do. That's what, because morning I learned, and therefore why Swamiji is telling like this. So before I give an example, I want to tell that. So take it as an example only. I don't want to convey any other thing. Suppose we are collecting some funds for the ashram. This is an example. So it's like a fundraising program for some function. And then somebody wants to give $100, suppose. And ask also, while giving, he says, do I decide the total collection or not? And then I say, yeah, you cannot decide the total collection because there are other people also there. They will also contribute and that will decide the total collection. So then he heard it, what I said. And then he says, well, if I am not a deciding factor in the total fund, then definitely I don't want to give. Okay. Now there is another person. And the other person also, he also asked the same thing while giving. Am a deciding factor regarding the total fund or not? I said, you cannot decide what will be the total fund. It depends upon so many other people. And well, then if I am not a deciding factor in the total fund for this particular program, well, I don't want to give. So he also doesn't give. Third also doesn't give. Fourth also doesn't give. Then what is outcome? What is outcome? No outcome. Could you follow what I am saying? So everyone has, whatever they have given is a contributory factor for the ultimate fund, ultimate result. Everyone is a contributory factor. And therefore it is not that whatever you do has no contribution in so far the result of an action called collection of a fund. But any single person cannot be the deciding factor in the collection of the fund for the program. That is what I want to convey. So whenever a result is decided even by a group, well, an individual is neither a totally responsible for that. At the same time, an individual is not totally useless also. Not totally responsible for the total fund, not totally useless with regard to fund. So this is how we have to understand. So does this power, does he has a power or not in contribution? He has a power in contribution. Well, does he has no power? Yeah, no, he has no power. He has no total power in the result of an action. Could you follow what I am saying? So everyone has a contribution. This is one example. I will give you another example. Suppose we take an alphabets. And you choose one alphabet called A. Now A, when I chose this alphabet A, well, it asks me the question: do I decide the words or not? I said, you are not the only alphabet. There are other alphabets and I have to take the contribution of those alphabets also, and then the word will be decided. Suppose I chose you. I am telling to word A. I chose you. And I have, if I put called T, another alphabet, then it will form a word. And that word will be at. If I choose another letter called M and put, then it will be M, A-M, I am, like so M. If I choose S, it will be S, right? So this is how, so word will be formed when I take a contribution from different alphabets. This is the result. Formation of a word is a result. But A or S or T or M cannot tell me that I should be a deciding factor for the formation of word. So if you choose me, the word should be formed. One cannot say that. You will be a contributory factor. Even in the word formation called, that is a result. You are a contributory factor. You have a certain role. And therefore, same way here we have to understand with regards to result of an action, don't think you are totally choiceless and totally helpless. You have a choice with regard to even result of an action, but you are just a contributory factor, not a deciding factor. Anyway, so well, then if alphabet says, A says, I'm sorry, like that our donor, he says, okay, if I am not a deciding factor, I walk away from the dictionary. Then B says, I also walk away from the dictionary. S says, I walk away from the dictionary. T says, I walk away from the dictionary. All alphabets walk away. Where is dictionary now? Where is dictionary? So that is what it is. A ultimate result, formation of words or a collection of words, all in that every letter, alphabetic letter, has a contribution. We have to understand that. So, ma phaleshu kadachana, well, with regards to result of an action, you are not totally choiceless. You have some choice. Ma adhikaraha means you don't have a choice as such, but you should understand in this way, I don't have a total choice. I cannot be a deciding factor. Anyway, and that is why this is all the time going on. All the Vedantic students also keep asking this question all the time, in every satsang. The conflict between a fate and free will, prarabdha and purushartha. A big problem. Human being wants to know whether I am deciding whether I decide my future, or someone else decide the future, and he wants a black and white answer. That's a problem. He wants a black and white answer. One person says, I don't decide my future at all. It is already destined. And that person is called a fatalistic person. Fatalistic. This is a fatalistic, totally prarabdhavadi, we call. People who are too much in Jyotisham, people who are too much in astrology, they are basically have these traits. Taking help of Jyotisham is one thing, but your life is controlled by the Jyotisham is basically the fatalistic person. Because Jyotisham always talks about your fate. What will be the situation, and he takes it in toto. He takes it completely like that. Suspending his free will. That's a dangerous thing. It's a totally fatalistic attitude. Even though Jyotisham is a part of the Veda, it is a Vedanga. This we know this, all this. There are 6 Sangas of the Veda, and they are the accessories in order to gain a Vedic knowledge, and one of them is Jyotisham. Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakaranam, Niruktam, Jyotisham and Chandas. 6 disciplines are there. These are subordinate disciplines which help you to know, which help you to gain Vedic knowledge. Anyway, so this is one kind of a person that say, I don't decide my future, and he says fatalistic person, nothing is in my hand, etc., etc. Another person says, I alone determine everything. He is a self-made, Puja Swami is the language, self-made person, arrogant person. And fate is right or free will is right? This is a question now. If we ask, what should be the answer? What do you think? Before I go ahead, what do you think? Based on what I talked, fate is right or free will is right? What do you think? Swamiji, you have muted us and you are now asking the question. That itself proves your foolishness, Swamiji. So, anyway, I am answering, don't worry. So basically, if you ask, the answer would be, you play a role, but you don't play a total role in deciding your future. That's all I mean. You play a role as a contributory factor in your future, deciding a future, but you don't play a total role in deciding your future. Clear? Clear? Is it clear or not? Because we have already discussed that. So, similarly here, Krishna says, just because I say your karma phala is not under your control, it does not mean that your efforts are useless. What I say is your efforts do contribute to determine the result. Just as every alphabet is important, just as every individual's contribution for that function, etc. is important, just as every individual vote is very, very important in deciding, every individual action is very important. But at the same time, when I use the vote, the party that comes to power may not be the party that you have voted for. I want that democratic precedent should be there, right? You are going to exercise your choice now after few months. You want a democratic precedent, but it may so happen so that a Republican may come. We don't know. We don't. So you are a contributing factor, and and you voted for a particular party also. You have exercised your choice properly, thinking who has done what for America, and depending upon that, neutrally you give a vote also. So you have done intelligently your, you have applied your choice intelligently, etc. But ultimate result could be different. Could be the party may come to the power, or the president may come to the power. Ultimately, maybe which you may not want also, perhaps. So at the same time, we can't say that therefore, if I whatever I wish through the vote, if that president doesn't come, I will not vote. No, you should vote. You should vote. You vote and pray that the president you want, particular party president, of course, to come to the power, you can pray for it also. So Bhagavan says, do not stop action. Basically, Bhagavan wants to convey that do not stop action. At the same time, don't expect that whatever results you want, that alone will come. So do your action. It's very important, but be prepared for any type of result, which is just not determined by you, but determined by so many infinite factors. Between action and the result of action, there are infinite factors, and those factors neither I know, neither I am in control, neither they are under my control, and therefore the factors which shape the result, they are not in my control, and neither I know them, and therefore result could be just contradictory than what I expected, or maybe less than what I expected, maybe more than what I expected, maybe opposite than what I expected, or maybe in keeping with my expectation. That's what it means. So ma phaleshu kadachana indicates this. You don't have a choice regarding action, result of an action means this. Ultimate result will be decided by many things, and that's what you should know. Regarding result of an action, this is the principle. Regarding action, some other principle Bhagavan has told, that you have a choice and exercise the choice intelligently, in keeping with dharma, etc. That is what the definition of karma yoga is. Yogaha karmasu kaushalam. Anyway, so you can't determine the result, and so akarmani sangaha mastu. Thinking that, I am helpless with respect to results, I am choiceless, and therefore akarmani ma sangaha. Don't think your actions are waste. Don't think they are useless. Even though single vote do not determine the result, that single vote is not a waste. Single alphabet is not a waste in formation of the words. Single contribution for that function, etc., is not a waste. So action is important, but at the same time, be aware that the results also may not be to your expectation. So as you do action, mentally you can pray also, oh Lord, give me the strength to accept the consequences gracefully. Give me the strength to accept the results gracefully. So sangaha akarmani mas, to do your action, and you have a choice, but our result is choiceless, and so strengthen your mind, etc., etc. Now ma karma phala hetuhu bhuhu, that part I am suspending right now for discussion tomorrow. Something else I want to discuss. If you remember, yesterday I told you another definition of karma yoga. And what is that definition? If you remember, samatvam yoga uchyate, right? The sameness. Now sameness regarding result of an action. Now sameness regarding result of an action, or sameness regarding the action, or sameness regarding the desire of action, what this sameness means. In karma yoga, This sameness means what? That we want to understand. Karmasu kaushalam I have understood partly. That whatever my choice should be always in keeping with the universal order, etc., which is in keeping with the harmony in the universe, etc., etc. That is understood. That's an intelligent choice. But the second definition of Karma Yoga, that also we can apply here. Of course, to be frank enough with you, that is not here in the verse 47. But it is in the verse 48. Samatvam Yoga Uchyate, it is there in the verse 48. But we have combined both the definitions. Yesterday we defined both the things. Yoga karmasu kaushalam, and the second definition is samatvam yoga uchyate. So that sameness also now let us start discussing a little bit. And part of the verse is left over, which I will discuss tomorrow. Karma phala hetu buhu. But this sameness we'll discuss first. So sameness is not possible. There are sameness in Karma Yoga. See, one thing we should understand. Karma Yoga is not possible without karma. Karma is possible without yoga. Karma is possible without a certain healthy attitude behind the karma. It's possible. And that is what people are doing. But Karma Yoga is not possible without karma. Definitely karma is there. Only your attitude changes. Could you follow what I am saying? Karma Yoga is not karma, but Karma Yoga is not possible without karma. That's why I want to make it clear to you. Karma Yoga itself is not karma. People generally call Karma Yoga means some karma. Like suppose you come to ashram and help our manager, etc., in some work, or help in cleaning the kitchen, or help in cleaning our temple, whatever. Since 2-3 months, all these things are pending. No employees are there. Then you thought, now everything is open, let me go. I'm not saying you come. Swamiji wants to convey something. No, I have no such kind of agenda. No teacher has agenda. Please remember that. No Vedantic teacher has this kind of agenda. Otherwise, he is not qualified for teaching, really speaking. So I'm just telling, because for me this is the world. So I get that kind of example. Anyway, now suppose you come and help our priest or something, and then you say, Swamiji, today I did a Karma Yoga. It's not Karma Yoga. People do certain social activity and they say this is all Karma Yoga. No, not at all. Karma Yoga is not a karma, we should understand. And therefore, of course, but then Karma Yoga is also not possible without karma. A certain attitude of offering and simplest. But Swamiji, that's what our attitude is. Whenever we come and help in the ashram, that is what? It is offering or not? No, it is not offering. Hey, what are you saying, Swamiji? Only you read Puja Swamiji's work regarding Karma Yoga, you will find. Offering to what? Offering to ashram, your services, is not Karma Yoga. Offering to ashram is nothing but the offering to Ishvara. That is Karma Yoga. So Karma Yoga is impossible without a vision of Ishvara. So if Ishvara is not there in the picture, Ishvara is not there in that, well, there is no Karma Yoga. Because the offering to a simple institution or offering to anybody, helping something, is not Karma Yoga. That doesn't purify you. It purifies you when you bring into the picture that it is nothing but Ishvara. And that is whatever you do is you are doing to Ishvara. Well, then that's entirely different thing. And Ishvara is nothing but, he is not sitting somewhere in the heaven. He is right now, whatever in the form of this creation, he is this Virat Purusha. And therefore, that kind of attitude is there, and then you do something. Well, that is Karma Yoga. Anyway, so Karma Yoga is not possible without karma. Karma is possible without yoga, that is attitude. And then, so if Karma Yoga implies karma, then there must be samatvam, sameness with reference to karma. Then what it is? Sameness with reference to karma means what? Sameness with reference to karma means karma should be the same. Karma should be the same, and that is not possible. We have 1,000 types of actions. So if in a single day we have 1,000 types of actions, and therefore sameness with regard to karma is not possible. Cooking is one karma and eating is another karma, and stirring the food or grinding certain things is another karma, boiling is another karma, washing is another karma. I mean, several karmas are there. Therefore, sameness with regard to karma is not possible. Could you follow what I am saying is, samatvam yoga uchyate, the karma yoga is nothing but the sameness. Means what? That's what we are discovering. So karma yoga involves karma is there, karma phala is there, and there is a desire behind the karma is there, etc. Everything is there. Where sameness is there, we are trying to see. So sameness with regard to karma is not possible. Karma cannot be the same because they are different. We have different activity during a day. Then perhaps we can say that the karma phalas, result of karmas are the same. Well, that is also not same. It is not possible. Like when you heat water, there is a one result. And when you switch off the stove, there is another result. And therefore, the result of action also during a day we find they are different. And in fact, we employ different karmas for different results. We don't want a single result. We want different results. And therefore, through cooking, we want one kind of a result. Through eating, another kind of a result. Right? And therefore, I mean, there are plenty of karmas and plenty of karma phalas. So different karmas are done for different results, and the result will always vary. So in fact, if you don't get a different result, when you switch on the stove or switch off the stove, you will find there is a problem. When you switch on the stove, still water does not get heated. And this is suppose. And if you switch off the stove also, the water will be the same. I mean, if result would be the same, you will feel there is some problem in the karma itself. So basically, different results are expected, and for that you employ different karmas also as a means. Therefore, sameness is not possible with reference to karma phala also. Okay. Now, third thing, every karma is a desire based. Every action presupposes a desire. Desires are not the same. And you do different karmas, well, because you want different results. So desire are meant for results only, and results are different. So therefore it proves that definitely the desires are different. So sameness with regard to desires also is not possible. Then what is left over? What is left over? Nothing is left over. So in fact, karma yoga means karma is there, karma phala is there, and here desire is there. Sameness is not possible with reference to either of the three. And therefore, samatvam is basically just an attitude concerning the result of an action. That's all it means. Attitude, concerning the result of an action. Well, we have a choice for our action. We are choiceless with reference to result of an action. And when we don't have a choice, when expected result comes, or they do not come, or they come with less than what I expected, or comes opposite to my expectation, I am required to have a sameness of a mind towards results of an action. And therefore, the second definition of karma yoga, samatvam yoga uchyate, that sameness is nothing but an attitude of a mind towards the results of an action. And regarding that, some more things I have to discuss, and that is, karma is, now we'll discuss this, karma is totally a desire based. That part I think I will discuss tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.